The mouse in Mexico. They call it the raton.
I thought it was his.
Put it over there.
They got one right there.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're good.
We always have one between us.
Everybody good? All right.
We're good.
Everybody's good. Good evening. I now call to order the regular meeting of the Richland Hills Crime Control and Prevention District for August 17, 2026. The time is 5:32. We'll now receive public comments. This is the public's opportunity to address the Crime Control and Prevention District regarding non-agenda items. As a reminder, under the Texas Open Meetings Act, district members may not discuss or take any action on an item that is not posted on tonight's agenda. We may respond only with factual information or a statement of existing policy. Mrs. Boyd, do you have any cards? Okay, move on. We'll now move to item A, administration of the oaths of office to Councilmember Athena Campbell and Councilmember Allison Barger. Mrs. Boyd, would you please present the oaths?
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
You just want to torture me.
Yes.
Mother officer.
Okay, if you'll stand and raise your right hand.
Nobody's gonna have to do something.
I state your name.
I, Allison Berger,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
That I will faithfully execute the duties
of the Office of Crime Control and Prevention District
of the Office of Crime Control and Prevention District
of the City of Richland Hills, Texas,
of the City of Richland Hills, Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the state of Texas,
the state of Texas,
and the City of Richland Hills.
and the city of Richland Hills.
So help me God.
so help me God.
All right, congratulations and thanks for your continued service to our community and to the Crime Control and Prevention District. All right, item B is approval of the minutes from the August 18th, 2025 Crime Control and Prevention District meeting. District members, are there any corrections or discussion on that item? Okay, hearing none, the suggested motion is I move to approve the minutes from the August 18th, 2025 Crime Control and Prevention District meeting as presented. I'll entertain a motion.
I so move.
Okay,
Second.
all right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll now move to item C, the public hearing and consideration of the proposed fiscal year 2027 Crime Control and Prevention District budget. I'll open the public hearing at 5:35 p.m. Jason, would you present this item?
Yes, sir.
please?
The clock is getting dimmer.
Yeah, I think so. It's your eyes.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
It is.
So Mayor, Council, good evening. I'm going to start off by giving some preceding comments here related to the overall city budget, and then that'll kind of back up into the CCPD portion. As you know, we've had a significant sales taxpayer loss in the community to the tune of over $3 million across all funds that produce sales tax, so our general fund, CCPD, RHDC, and the street sales tax. And so what you're seeing on the screen is operating revenues of $1,532,000. That's down about 28% from what we brought in 24. We budgeted, I'm sorry, in 2025. We budgeted in 26 significantly more, and so we reduced the actuals for '26, but then for '27, we went ahead with the most conservative estimates. And based on the most recent collection of August from our sales tax collections from the comptroller, we feel like we're right on target with that amount. The 32,000, so 1.5 million is sales tax, 32,000 is interest income, just based off of the money that's in cash reserves. So what you'll see on this budget, and what I want to point out to the public, is the operating revenues obviously don't cover the operating expenditures. So this fund is presented as a deficit with 608,892 in expenditures over revenues. In this particular budget year, there are some levers that we can pull as far as moving into next year that will protect you. But we do have a significant fund balance without any type of reserve requirement in the CCPD. We don't issue debt, but we're still using a general policy that we would keep 90 days in reserve for any fund that we have. And so, in terms of an operating fund like this. So 608,000 we would be using available cash that you have to cover this year. And then going into next year, we have to do potentially some things in the general fund to offset the cost in the CCPD. Obviously, our main goal is to increase sales tax revenue, right? We want to recapture what that loss was, but we have to have another plan to supplement that as well.
Has there been a floor or a minimum established by policy for that fund?
Just 90 day.
90 days.
Just a 90 day?
90 day of your annual expenditures. And council may set, additional boundaries if you'd like. You can say 90 days plus X dollars. We wouldn't recommend that this year, but it's definitely something that we can look at going into fiscal year '28 as we get a better handle on citywide, the 20 plus funds that we have. This is a breakdown of what the CCPD funding is. So obviously personnel, we have officers that are paid out of this fund, as well as shared services. And if you take both of those combined, just personnel and shared services, that's about what our revenues are projected to be. So as we go forward into the future, obviously there's going to be increase in costs that escalate with people, and then also with shared services as our neighboring cities are going to incur additional costs as well. The one piece that I want to point out right now is on the vehicle replacement. We have around $600,000 across all funds budgeted, 634,000. And that includes fuel, includes some equipment that we purchase, and then the lease payment that we make citywide is about $405,000. That is coming out of the operating side. And so one of the strategies that we're working hard on right now is to move that over to the INS side. And there's other cities that Enterprise has been working with that have done that. So there may be retooling of the agreement or something to account for that. But if we can do that in this fund, it'll also help us in other funds as well.
She's backing up.
She didn't have the multi-factor authentication. So the vehicle replacement fund, that would be one thing that could actually come out of this budget. And I say that a portion of it could for the lease payment, but the fuel cost and equipment costs are still in there. So part of what we're going to need to do in future years is consider pulling some of the services, whether it's the shared services, the personnel, back into the general fund and offset that. And then again, we'll have levers in the general fund that we can pull out of our HDC and some others that will help offset those costs. So there's a plan for fiscal year '28. We're already working on that, just to prepare and make sure that you're covered, because you could not sustain this budget next year as well.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
So we'll come up with a plan October, November, December for your fiscal year '28. So we're asking you to consider using fund balance to offset the cost this year until we can get the vehicle replacement, the general fund items ironed out for pulling those other levers. So just another way to look at it. We do have equipment and communications that also comes out of this fund. And again, this is a very restrictive fund that you can only use these, these funds for very specific purposes. So we can't. There is no fluff or any type of built-in, buffer in any of these funds or line items. So they're very specific. We're looking at historical information and then what things are going to cost going forward. The detailed budget will have very detailed line items in your packets that you have. So if there's any questions on any of these lines, we've got Chief here and as well as her team to answer any of those questions. This is just what you're seeing is about a 17% decrease in revenue from the adopted. So if you remember, when you adopted the 26 budget, there was already a built-in reduction based off of projections that it was going to come down. We didn't get that projection 100% correct because we didn't realize that the sales tax was actually going away before the business did. We're still investigating that and asking the comptroller to look into why that happened, because we felt like if the business is still operating through June of this last year, of June of 2026, that we should still have received that revenue.
Right, absolutely.
But if we don't, we're not successful with that, then we're having to move, continue to move on as if we're not going to receive those funds. But that's why you're seeing a 17% versus earlier I told you 28%, because you're adding the 9% that they already took out last year. So you can see where there is a slight increase on the expenditures, and that is based on council direction to move to the 95% public safety market. And I will mention this: we're not the only city looking at public safety increase, right? A lot of the neighboring cities that I've talked to are doing the exact same thing. And so, by us doing 95 instead of the 90, it at least gets us a little bit closer to that market. And then that's adjusting step plans, and then also making sure the steps are in the right categories for recruiting officers as well as all the different positions we have. So what the board, the CCPD board, needs to do, obviously conduct this public hearing, have any public comments, and then you'll actually vote on this budget. And then when city council convenes later, you'll actually vote on it again and hold another public hearing. So Mayor, we've got staff here. If you have questions you'd like to ask Chief or myself, we're happy to answer those at this time.
Do y'all have any questions?
Pretty clear cut.
And we understand having to move the money around and all too, so that makes sense, so.
This is a tough budget year. It's going
It
to
is.
be like this for next, at least
Yeah.
couple of years, we'll see. And that vehicle, that part needs to be moved. And you're saying that other cities have done that to the INS. That gives me, more hope that we move that.
Right.
Yep.
Right, so that was my thought, and you've already answered it. We will be looking at this October, November this year, because next year we obviously can't do this.
Yeah.
Mrs. Boyd, do you have any cards for speaking? I do not. Okay. So is there anyone else that wants to speak about this? Okay. This time I'll close the public hearing at 5:45. If y'all don't have any other comments, the suggested motion is I move to approve the proposed fiscal year 2027 Crime Control and Prevention District budget as presented.
I move to approve as stated.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, there's no further discussion. We'll close this portion of the meeting. So, welcome everyone. I'll now call to Order the Richland Hills Development Corporation regular meeting for August 17th, 2026. The time is 5:46 PM. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. We'll now receive public comments. Does anybody have any comments tonight? Do we need to recess? Oh, I'm sorry.
Just for the
No, we
other
need to-
citizens that are board members for this one.
Uh-oh,
Our
okay.
HDC, we have to.
Sorry.
We need to change, yeah, we need to change these.
Okay. So Doug and Bill, would you come forward, please?
Where does RDA, what does that mean? Oh. Good to see you, Mr. Knowlton.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here.
Thank you.
Who else do we have? Is that it? Where is? You didn't get a hold of her. You sent her an email. Okay. Well, we'll swear her in at the next one. There she is. Just in time. Come on up and take your seat. Right down
Right.
here.
What's that?
I'm his heart.
Welcome.
Go ahead.
You're here.
Okay, I need everyone to sign their statement and then we're gonna swear everybody in all at once.
Okay.
Stand.
Okay, item A is the administration of the oaths of office to all Richland Hills Development Corporation members. Okay.
Standing by.
Gotcha.